is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la.
Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. We have a lot of things to talk about because we need to go towards the words of Aurelio De Laurentiis about Antonio Conte. I don't know if there is even more than this to describe a goodbye to Antonio Conte, to officially say he will not stay with us next season. We'll talk about it, we will debrief. I'm a bit late, I wanted to go immediately live after the game, but then I said no, I prefer to listen myself to the words, because listening yourself is always better than reading what papers are reporting, because you know that sometimes a word can change here, a word can change there, so I wanted to hear, and we will debrief not only the words of Aurelio De Laurentiis, but also the movements of Antonio Conte, how he was actually behaving. We will check everything, we'll speak about it. And then, of course, Jonathan David, that is closer again to Juve, more closer to Juve than Napoli, according to Di Marzio, according to Alfredo Pedullà, so Mercato as well. It will not be a huge long live, but I wanted to go here. First of all, congratulations to Napoli, but I can tell that I don't know if it's really Napoli that won the Scudetto or if it's Inter that lost it. If you want to, write it now into the chat. Is it more Napoli that won it or Inter that lost the Scudetto? I'm really curious about that. So congratulations Napoli for the 34th. No, what am I saying? Mamma mia. In 30 years, maybe. Congratulations, Napoli, for the 4th Scudetto. Unfortunately, Inter is not able to reach 20 Scudetto. They remain at 19 Scudetti. And then I want also to go towards a tweet from our friends from IFTV that are not really well informed about Italian football. This time, I'm not happy about their tweet because or it's a disrespect or it's lack of information. I don't know, but I want to correct something that I didn't appreciate at all, because some things need to be reported as they are. You cannot change the history of Serie A, especially if your daily job is to tweet about Serie A, is to write about Serie A, and to be informed about Serie A. These are the things that I don't like. Anyway, ciao Igor Todorovic, ciao grandissimo Igor, late night show, ciao Juventini of the world. I want your reactions as well. Am I super pumped, super happy that Napoli won? No, but I'm extremely happy that Inter lost. That's the reality. At the moment, how many Juventini of the world do we have? Together with us, we have 37,679. Can we increase that? It depends on you, with a maximum of likes, starting immediately to like, so that the lives also shared with Juventini that are waiting here, that are obliged to see the images of Napoli winning the Scudetto. By the way, at the moment, I'm seeing Antonio Conte that is hugging. They're about to lift the cup in the air. Antonio Conte is the last one, I believe, that has been called up on the podium. Let's see. No, there's the captain Di Lorenzo. Di Lorenzo will be the last one, the one that enters and then lift the cup in the air. I didn't wait until they were lifting the cup in the air. I just wanted to know the words of De Laurentiis, the words of Antonio Conte. So share, like. It's the moment to do it. If you love Juventus, if you love the channel, it's the moment to do it. More we are, more things we can do all together, but it all depends on you, of course. Let me check if we are increasing the likes before we start really speaking about all what we need to speak about in today's video. And then we speak also, of course, about the latest update from Torino, from La Continassa, with bad news about Renato Vega, but that's a different story that we will go through in a second. So let me check if we already... No, we have only 56 likes. It's absolutely not a lot. Only 150 viewers. That's also absolutely not okay on a Friday night where you have nothing to do, guys. Oh, please, die, Juventini. Put the maximum of like, it's super important. So, I said hello to Igor Todorovic. I didn't say hello yet to Carlo Sicoli. Let's go. Finally alive at the time that I can make it. Bravo. Ciao Sasha, ciao Boris, ciao Serraz, ciao Ben the Goose, Dottore, number 1S. Claudio is there as well. We have Carlo Sicoli, grandissimo Carlo. I thought about karma. Karma. Speaking about karma, do you remember that I was in London in November when there was the cup, the Scudetto? I didn't touch it because I am superstitious. And I was watching some fans from other clubs that were there as well. I saw an Inter fan that was going there. They are lifting the cup in the air. I saw an Inter fan that was there touching the cup. I said, what are you doing? You are crazy. Oh, touch it if you want to. But by scaramanzia, being superstitious, you know that it doesn't bring luck. Touching this, man, I don't believe in superstitious. Here. Now you believe. Now you will probably think about me that I told you that 6 months ago. I'm sure that you didn't forget about me. Igor again. Carlo as well. Asian British traveler is there. Serraz. Limo 20. Ciao Fibix. Ciao Don Simon 82. Bebo. Gedeone. Perfect hate watch. Love to see Inter lose for Gedeone. I agree. Ciao Abai. Grandissimo Dr. Wills. Cliff is there as well. Ciao Grande Cliff. Ciao Limo 2000. So the people are saying Inter lost it. 100%. I don't know what, but 100% is always good. Inter lost. A lot of people with Inter lost, and I agree with that one, with that statement. If I made a poll and I needed to vote, I would have said Inter lost the Scudetto. They were, let's be honest, the strongest team. I will tell you even more. Ciao Tariq. Ciao grandissimo Tariq. I will tell you even more. If I was president, owner, I don't know, from Inter, which I will never be, luckily. If I was in charge of Inter, I think I would sack Inzaghi after the Champions League final. Whatever the result, that he wins it or that he will lose, I would sack him. I would sack him immediately. Guys, I would sack him. For a lot of reasons. First of all, because if I'm not wrong, I can be wrong. How many Scudetti did he win with Inter? One. One, he threw it away against Bologna. This time he threw it away with the best team, by far. The best team. He bottled it with a gap of being the strongest team. Guys, I don't know if you watched Napoli this season. I don't know if you really watch Napoli, but the team of Napoli, it's a miracle. It's really a miracle. Don't tell me they play one game a week. I don't care about that. I really don't care about that. No. No, it's not reverse psychology. Guys, now follow me on that one. Today, did you see the team that Simone Inzaghi lined up? They were at one point of Napoli. If Napoli, you never know. A red card in the beginning of the game, a post here, a post there, a goal cancelled, a free kick against, or a penalty against, they concede a goal. You never know what can happen with the stress of the players of Napoli. If they lose today, but Inter, with the team that they lined up today, were not able to win against Como. At the end, they won 2-0 with a red card to Reina, così. But they won. Okay, great, fantastic for them, good for them. Anyway, it doesn't change anything. But if you line up a team like that, where you're at -1 from Napoli and things are going in a really strange way, this is a dismissal immediately. Can you imagine not lining up your best team with the chance of winning the... We are speaking about the Scudetto. We are not speaking about the... Not even a Coppa Italia final or whatever. We are speaking about the Scudetto. We are speaking about a Scudetto. And you're playing with... Who was there? Correa, Taremi. Guys, I promise you, I'm not joking. Inzaghi is a really good coach. Let's not lie about it. But if you're looking at the 4 seasons at Inter, I believe the against Bologna, throwing up that Scudetto. You remember with that mistake of Radu, but they threw it away there. Then last year, they won it. The year before not. The year before even not. It's the second Scudetto that I really threw away. He was not able to win after Conte left, which a lot of coaches, when Conte leaves, they are able to continue the legacy of Conte. He was not. Yes, he arrived in the final of Champions League. He lost it against Manchester City. Now he's keeping actually his players healthy, fit to the Champions League final, which you will tell me is super important because they already won the Scudetto, but you never know how the Champions League final will go. They will probably win it, huh? They will probably win it, but you never know, huh? A football game, especially 90 minutes plus extra time and penalty, you never know how it is, which means that today, if I am the president of Inter, I say nothing. At the end of the season, but I already prepare. I already speak with my assistant and I say, can you already prepare the papers from Inzaghi and you also prepare the luggage there? Because what he did today is disrespecting the league, is disrespecting what you fought for 38 games. It's admitting that you bottled it with the strongest team of Serie A. Already it was not enough to throw it away with the strongest team of Serie A. Throwing it away. On top of that, you are disrespecting Serie A, lining up your weakest team. Thinking about the game that you will play in how long? On the 31st of May. So we are speaking about, you have the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. 8 days to prepare it. 8 days, that's more than a week and you are playing with that. Imagine if the Stars were not winning Napoli. Guys. That's what I'm telling you. It's disgrace. Do you agree with me or not? I agree with Lorenzo that he's saying it's inexcusable to win one Scudetto with that team in a struggling Serie A. I agree. But of course they won. Hey guys, ragazzi, if they didn't win against a Como that had nothing to play for, but you never know in football, huh? You never know. What if? That's the thing. What if? We'll go to Conte in a second. Then, one thing that I really need to, and it's not to hate or whatever, to our friends of IFTV, you know that I have a fantastic relationship with and Marco and the team of IFTV, but there is something that I cannot agree with. I cannot just stay silent about that one. I cannot. Ragazzi, and you should be vocal as well as Juventini. You should be vocal as well, because this is absolutely not okay. If you tweet Italian football TV, so you should know. If you tweet Antonio Conte is the first coach to win Serie A title with 3 different clubs, there is simply no one like Conte. Ragazzi, we have a huge big problem. No, I didn't forget the super chat. I'm just still in my intro. I will go to all the super chats and all the messages in a second. You know, I never forget about them. But this is not acceptable. This is absolutely not acceptable. Because, guys, it's not Marco that is tweeting. But anyway, it's the team IFTV. Or you have a lack of knowledge, history of Serie A. And that's one. And that should not, because you are Italian football TV. Or you know, and you tweet anyway. I understand that. Because if you're IFTV, I totally understand that you need to go towards Serie A. But then you stay silent. Then you don't tweet like that. Look at all the tweets that they made. Bravo, fantastic, 4-4. I understand. Even if you put 20 on Inter, because I understand. So you are not missing tweets. You have McTominay, you have whatever you want, you have the city of Naples. You have enough information. There was no need to tweet that one, because it's not true. Because Capello, guys, because Capello, I will show you my tweet. Because Capello, I don't know where it is, so I will show you directly here. Because Capello won it with Milan. He won the Scudetto with Milan. He won the Scudetto with Roma in 2001. And guys, you can lie how much you want. You can spread misinformation, but he won it twice with Juve. So, of course, these 2 Scudetti, I know it, by law has been revoked, I know. But don't tell me it's the first that won it, because it's not true. because it's not true. Because it's not true, because I cannot accept that. So I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off with this kind of misinformation because people, they do not know. The younger fans, they do not know. They do not know about history of calcio. And then they hear these kind of things. I don't get it. I really don't get it. So I'm pissed off. I'm not happy at all about these kind of things at all. And then here you see, guys, De Laurentiis that goes towards Conte, because you missed that first part, of course, but he goes towards Conte. He tries to speak, to tell him something. Antonio Conte is actually avoiding him. Then he's obliged, like taking that picture, you see, but the smiles are not there. He said, I'm obliged. It's like, when I was 12, it was my birthday party with all my family, and there was that, that auntie with that lipstick here. She was there, la photo. Beppe, facciamo la foto, dai! And it was already the tent that was asking for doing a picture with me. I was there like that, okay, I will do the picture. So Antonio Conte was exactly the same here. Obliged to take the picture. As soon as the picture was gone, ciao. So we'll go towards the words, of course. But no, it's not hating IFTV or not. I love IFTV. You know that I love IFTV. I have a fantastic relationship with them. So never I will speak bad. But sometimes you can just stay silent, Sometimes you can just stay silent. Anyway, let me read all the fantastic, beautiful membership extensions and donations. The Resper is staying for 20 months, and he's staying 10 months, 10 months, I remember. He's saying, what a night, we still need to win. I agree. Good that Inter lost, good. No, not good that Napoli won, because I don't like. It's not that I will like Napoli now. I don't like them. I like nobody except of Juve. But better that Napoli won over Inter. On the other side, we need to win. We need to win. I want to win again. I want to celebrate Scudetto, and then the rest. We need to win. We need to win. I totally agree. Rob Lewandowski, do you think Napoli will compete next year too? I think yes. Look, Aurelio De Laurentiis made a huge, big mistake after Spalletti left to believe that he was the master of the world. Again, because that's the personality of Aurelio, believing that he was stronger than everyone, that he could do it like that. He learned. But I always criticize De Laurentiis' management and ego. But I really believe that it's a smart man, a smart person that is really great in doing business, in a lot of things, even if I don't like Napoli. But I think that he learned his lesson, and that he will not go with crazy things. So they are speaking a lot about Max Allegri, that could already be the next one after Conte to join Napoli. Will they compete? Yes, I really sincerely believe that Napoli would not commit twice the mistake that they did, because he already did it, so he will learn. Does that mean that they will go and win the next Scudetto? I don't think so. I think that we'll see a beautiful level of Serie A also next year. We saw this year some excitement for neutral fans in terms of the fight for the Scudetto, for the fight for the top four that is still open, because we will understand on Sunday who will be the one that will go for that fourth spot. But next year, I believe with some changes of Juve, and pay attention, write it down, pay attention to what I'm telling you. But I'm sincerely convinced that there will be huge changes at Juventus Football Club really soon, before the Club World Cup. Really soon. I know that a lot of people are saying, no, after the Club World Cup, no, Beppe. Before the Club World Cup, there could be big changes. And today, what I was telling you yesterday, the day before in the videos, etc., we see that some journalists are starting to change, some insiders are starting to change their narrative. So pay attention to what can happen in the next few days. Nicolotti, 35 months together with us. Greetings from New York. Ciao grande. Nico Lotti, fantastic, my friend. But Nico, are you not from Switzerland? Yeah. Nico, you're from Switzerland. What are you doing in New York? Holiday, work, or am I totally wrong? And I believe that you are from Switzerland, but you are actually in New York. I don't know. Usually I don't have a bad memory. Nico, confirm. You're from Switzerland, no? Or am I wrong? I want to know. I know. Otherwise, I will not sleep. Cheyenne, 10 months with us on the airplane right now, heading to Hawaii. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Look at that. Language study for 3 months. Beautiful. You have chosen a beautiful city to go and study. Mike or Mick Ekstat. Thank you for the donation, my friend. When Juve wins, nobody cares. Forza Napoli, no bribes needed. I don't get it. Mike, are you for, or Mike Forstat, are you for Napoli or for Juve? I don't get the message. When Juve wins, nobody cares. But I think I understood you're for Napoli. First of all, congratulations. Because I always say, at the end of 38 games, except of some strange situations, it's always the one that deserves to win that wins. So congratulations to Napoli, honestly. Then you were in deep S. And who did you need to go back to win? You needed Manna, sporting director of Juve. You needed Antonio Conte, legend of Juve. You needed Spinazzola from Juve. You need a lot of people from Juve to win again, because without Juve it's difficult, especially if your president, Aurelio De Laurentiis, saying, "Oh, if I knew that he was," speaking about Giuntoli, "a Juventino, I would never have taken him at Napoli. I would never have kept him at Napoli that long if I knew before." As if you don't know that Manna and Antonio Conte were Juventini. Anyway, but now what you say is right, Mike. I cannot. How can I say? I cannot deny what you are saying. When Juve wins, nobody cares. It's true. When you win 38 Scudetti, without mentioning the 15 Coppa Italia, the 2 Champions League, without speaking about the Supercoppa, I don't even remember how much we have, the Intercontinentale that we won twice, Coppa UEFA. It's a lot. You know that we were not even celebrating the Scudetti anymore, which I blame Juventini, because when you win a Scudetto, you need to celebrate. You need to celebrate. Not celebrating it is a crime. But when you win 38, it's a lot. You know what we had to do already? Our museum, we had to make it. We had to rebuild it. We had to rebuild it again because it was too small. So I understand that. We have our women team that is, winning 6 Scudetti since creation. Juventus next gen already won the Coppa Italia of Serie A. So it's normal. When a team, like Napoli, is the 4th Scudetto in 100 years, guys, what do you want? You cannot compare. You cannot compare. I always said, a Napoli winning the Scudetto is a bit like Leicester. I always said that. Congratulations to Napoli that deserve to do it. And probably they will win with a bit more regularity. But guys, you need 30. From the moment that you will have 38 Scudetti, we'll see if you will still celebrate as you did now in Napoli. That being said, let's go to Endrit. Hello, Beppe, I'm back. And I love when you're back, my friend. Endrit, grandissimo Endrit. Thank you for 14 months of membership. Now, what did they say? Our friends? Because that's important. That's where we should go for. The words of De Laurentiis, because De Laurentiis spoke a lot. He spoke a lot. Guys, are you ready? Are you ready for the words of De Laurentiis? I know, guys. Mufid, I'm fearing a lot. Manna and the team that he is building for Allegri with experienced Champions League champions like Agnelli's Juve. Yeah. Manna is a good one. They have a fantastic relationship with Allegri. Sorry, De Laurentiis that will not commit the same mistake. So I'm sure that Napoli is a big contender for next year. But guys, Inter, they are used to do these kind of. They are really used to these kind of losses. It's not the first time, guys. They are used to lose Scudetto after Scudetto after Scudetto. They go back to where they belong, guys. In losing, they go back to losing. 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 What can I tell you? Look, guys, did you see Le Louvre in Paris? They just updated it. Look at the picture here. They just updated it. Next to the Ronaldo tears, you have now that new picture of the Inter fans that are, or Inter players that were watching at the goal of McTominay. What a player, huh? What a player. Now I have an honest question. By the way, this is the new one. It's too small. It's too small. I should, because Juventus has too many titles, because Juventus has 38. Now, my big question, by the way, congratulations to Alessio Tacchinardi that congratulated Antonio Conte showing that shirt of Juve. Attenzione, attenzione. I wanted to say something or to ask you something, and I totally forgot what I wanted to say. Ooh, let's read. Colo, congratulations to Colo that just that just married. So congratulations to Colo. The ring, grande. Of course, I already sent him a message. But if you want to, guys, if you didn't know, it's the moment to congratulate Dan that just got married. Congratulations to him. Beppe, if Conte comes, which players do you think he would transform the most? For me, Gatti, Kostic, if he stays, Miretti and Nico. Allora, actually, fantastic, beautiful message, because you remind me the question that I wanted to ask you. McTominay at Juve 24-25, and Koopmeiners at Napoli 24-25. So exactly everything the same, everything the same. But the two players, who would have done a better Serie A? McTominay at Juve or Koopmeiners at Napoli? Let me know. I'm really curious what you will say. And then I will pick back the message of Colo to answer the other names, because I think that I have an answer. I have a beautiful answer on that one. I agree with the most in the chat. I think that Koopmeiners at Napoli would have done a fantastic league, while McTominay would have been the Koopmeiners that we had this season at Juve. 100% sure about it. 100% sure about it. Now, I have a good news for the Juventini of the world, answering also partially Colo, in telling you that, you know, one name that Antonio, the first name, when he went to Napoli, the first name on the list that he wanted, you know who it is? Cliff, but you know, you are family. Whenever you want, you send me a message. If you want to come speak, you do whatever you want, Cliff. This is your home. The first name he had on his list when he went to Napoli was... No, Lukaku is not the name. Lukaku is like Conte. You take Conte, you take Lukaku. I'm not even speaking about that. The first name he had was Koopmeiners. He wanted Koopmeiners at Napoli immediately. Then Koopmeiners was already promised to Juve. He really wanted to go to Juve. There was nothing to do, so they gave up and they went for McTominay. So the first player, the really first player that Conte wanted was Teun Koopmeiners. And that's what I'm telling you. Antonio Conte to Juve, possibly. Let's see what will happen in the next few days. Antonio Conte to Juve. I think that it could be a huge one for Koopmeiners, because he believes in him, because he wanted him, because it's a player that he will be able to work on. Then, if Koopmeiners is not able to wake up, to take a bit of colors, because he's as white as the comment here, as the logo of Colo, if he doesn't take a bit of colors, a bit of animo, if Antonio is not able to electroshock him, to wake him up, then it's over. Douglas Luiz is a player that I don't believe would work with Antonio. Then, he didn't want Pirlo. He didn't want Pirlo at Juve, and at the end he made him work. So sometimes we don't know. You know, we think sometimes that we are experts of Antonio Conte. Am I right or not when I'm telling you that, speaking about Antonio Conte as a Juventino, it looks like we say, we know Antonio Conte better than you. Am I right or wrong when I'm telling you that? When you speak about Antonio Conte, that you want him back at Juve, that you don't want him at Juve, whatever your opinion about Antonio, that you think that he's overrated, that he's good or not good, when we speak about Antonio Conte, we Juventini, we say, we know better. We know better. We know him perfectly. We will explain to Tottenham fans how Antonio Conte is. We will explain to Chelsea fans, to Inter fans, to Napoli fans. We know. Antonio Conte is ours. We know all the secrets of the locker room of Antonio Conte. We know his strength. We know his weaknesses. We are not surprised when he starts to speak in press conference. We know Antonio Conte. You know what I said one day to a friend of Tottenham when Antonio Conte was there? I said, enjoy Antonio Conte, but don't fall in love with Antonio Conte. And my friend, supporter of Tottenham, by the way, I told him congratulations also in winning the cup. When Antonio left, he said, Beppe, you were right. But unfortunately, I fell in love with Antonio Conte. Call me Babbo. I'm not Babbo. Then, I thought today about a lot of players, because I made a video about players coming back to Juve from loan. You know that Kostic in a 3-5-2, 3-4-3. I think that Kostic could potentially, I don't know if he will stay or not, but benefit from Antonio Conte. I see a Kostic that could really possibly do well at Juve. Then I'm not sure if he will stay or not. Like Colo is saying, if he stays, I think that Gatti, yeah. Conte, Kostic, absolutely, if he stays. Now we are Kostic. Kostic, I think, can be wrong. Kostic is a Conte player. I think so. Then I didn't follow Kostic this season at Fenerbahce. I don't know how he's growing, is he fit, is he not fit, what about the motivation, because I think now he's 32. If I can be wrong, let me check how old. Maybe you are faster, guys, and you're always faster than me. But I think that now he's 32. About to be 33. 32. Oh, the memory is working. Huh? Mamma mia, what a guy. Until November 1st, because he's born on the day of Juve. Who was that other player that was born on the 1st of November? Was it only Kostic, or am I missing something? I think there were like two players that were celebrating their birthday on the 1st of November. Or am I wrong? Krasic? I don't know, Sean. No, I don't think so. Maybe. Wait, let me check. Yeah, bravo, Sean. Bravo. What a guy. Milos Krasic. So I don't know what he did this season. 25 apps, 1 goal, 7 assists. At a certain moment, I think in the beginning of the season, he was not playing that much. And then he started to play and to do well. So, yeah. Sean, that's why you remember. First, it's always nice, huh? I don't have a player from Juve on the 11th of October, sorry. You know who's born on my day? It's Daniele Maldini. Daniele Maldini is born on the 11th of October. He's not playing at Juve, so it doesn't really count. The words. Oh, we didn't go to the words. The famous words. Allora. I saved first. Also, I bookmarked a tweet here. This one. He spoke a few times at De Laurentiis, not only one time, but these are really, really important, where he said, se il richiamo di Antonio Conte fosse da qualche altra parte, io non voglio costringere nessuno. Lo pregherò di rimanere, ma non lo posso certo costringere. Which means, il richiamo, if the sound of somewhere else is calling him, I don't want to oblige him to stay. I will beg him to stay, but I cannot oblige him. So if Antonio's call, no, it doesn't work. The translation doesn't work. If Antonio Conte's call was somewhere else, I don't want to force anyone. I will ask him to stay, but I certainly can't force him. Guys, what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? It's not over, huh? It's not over, huh? Because there are other... Conte. There are other tweets. I think that Nicolo Schira wrote them here. We would love to continue with him. That's the part that I just read. We would love to continue with him. Then if the call from somewhere else, I cannot oblige, and I don't want to oblige anybody. Never. I would love to ask him to stay, but I cannot oblige him. We will soon meet. We will soon meet. But he also said here, the coaches, they have their own mentality, their own way of thinking. If Conte wants to put himself at disposal, like he did this year in an extraordinary way, I say welcome. We are available. But it depends on him. It's not a question of contract. The next year, there is the Champions League challenge. So I was listening also to the words. I was listening to the words where it says, I would love him to stay to challenge himself with the Champions League, which is, with the new competition, extremely tough. A really beautiful challenge. So he's trying to keep him. He would love to keep him, but looks like these are words of goodbye. These are words of, I know that there is the call from somewhere else, the echo from somewhere else, like Joey in the chat is telling me. Did I forget a message? Yes, I did, from Sader. It said, Inter losing the league. Thank you for your donation, my friend. Inter losing the league is the only consistent thing in Serie A. They threw it away. They threw it away. I said it. Inter lost that one. Inter lost that one. Inter lost that one. Congratulations to Conte, to Napoli, to De Laurentiis, to everyone. But Nico Schira said that Conte would leave Napoli on Monday. It could be. It could be. I think also out of respect to the last games of Serie A that will be played tomorrow, but especially on Sunday with Juve, it would not be politically correct to already say today, while you're celebrating a Scudetto, I'm leaving Napoli. So Conte will not say that today, first because you are there to enjoy, to celebrate what you worked really hard on, one. Secondly, because you don't want to say I'm free and then starting with no, first Juve needs to finish the league. They need to beat Venezia, that's the mission, and then we go Pedro. You know, I was thinking it's again Lazio. It's again Lazio, like the 5th of May, that is taking away the Scudetto from Inter. Because if Lazio, with Pedro, doesn't enter, he doesn't score that 2-2, probably Inter would have been, surely, Inter would have been champion of Italy today. So Pedro. Like in the past, it was also a player that started with a P, that decided to take away the Scudetto from Inter. Who was that player from Lazio in 2002 that started with a P? Let me know if you have a good memory. Who is that guy here? That's a Juve player. You're already in the future putting a Juve player as a profile picture. United Ultra. Bravo. Poborsky. Pedro Poborsky. Guys, you are great. You are great. That's why I'm happy and proud about this Juventus community, because you're extremely... No, Pavel was playing at Juve, ragazzi. Pavel was playing at Juve. By the way, he received a message from Poborsky the day before. He said, you will see, Pavel. Because Poborsky was never scoring. And then he said, you will see, Pavel, I will score 2 goals against them, and I will make sure that they lose the game. But they were saying like a joke like that. And then it actually happened. And when they were, because it was not like today when you have the mobile phone with the app and the notification, so they were listening at the radio. But there was so much noise, so much, crazy thing in the stands that they were not able to really listen to the to the radio, and then when they said like Poborsky scored two goals, scored 2 goals to Pavel Nedved, Pavel didn't hear really well. He said, "What, Poborsky 2? What 2? 2 what? They are losing to 0. What is happening? Poborsky 2?" He said, "No, it's impossible. I don't believe that he scored 2 goals. The guy is never scoring." It's true. It's true. It's true. Pavel said that the fans were chanting Poborsky while they were playing. Yeah, it's true, but it's true. It's really true. I remember because I watched the game. What is this? What is this? I don't get it. So you have the picture of Theo Hernandez. Maybe my eyes are not working. No, that's Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay. I was thinking, no, because I went totally crazy. Because I thought it was from, now I see it. So I saw a picture, I thought, Theo Hernandez with a shirt of Milan. And you say, no hate, but I love Inter more than Juve. So I was like, because today everything exists, guys. I'm not surprised about anything anymore. So, of course, if you love Cristiano Ronaldo, usually a big part, not everyone, but fans of Cristiano Ronaldo, guys, Vandanara is more loyal than the fans of Cristiano Ronaldo to a team. You know what I mean? If you do the comparison, Vandanara is more loyal than the fans of Cristiano Ronaldo to a team. Today they support Al Nasser. Tomorrow they will support Wydad in Morocco, depending if he goes there. Yesterday they were supporting Juve. Then before they were Real Madrid. Then Manchester United. Then they hate Manchester United. They love this. Guys. We know it. We know it. With all the respect, of course, to the fanboys of Cristiano Ronaldo that I like. I really like Cristiano Ronaldo. That we know that. So. I like a bit more this than this. A bit you like or you don't like. Football you like. That doesn't really exist. In football you don't like. You love with your passion, with heart, with everything. You love. You are blindly loving. Even when things are not going. That's even where you love even more. Look at the guy from Manchester United. Day 256 of not cutting my hair before United wins 5 games in a row. The guy loves Manchester United. Even if they lose, he loves. Bravo, Don. It's like that, guys. It's like that. Salvatore, thank you for 22 months. If other teams win with our past, so should we. Now, the words of De Laurentiis, because we didn't debrief. What are these words? What does that mean, the words of De Laurentiis speaking about Antonio Conte? Tell me your interpretation of the words that we just read. So, coaches have their own mentality. If Conte wants to put himself at disposal, like he did this year in an extraordinary way, welcome. I say welcome and I am available. It depends on him. It's not a question of contract, but next year we have the Champions League. That is a huge, big challenge first. And then he said again, because it was not over, we want to continue with him. Then, if the echo from somewhere else is attracting him, I cannot oblige anybody. Never. I would ask him, beg him to stay, but I cannot oblige him. Soon we will meet. What does that mean? What does that mean? Totti said it, Totti said the next coach of Roma will not be Allegri, will not be Conte, because they already signed somewhere else. He didn't say the teams, but guys, I think it's a done deal. And I continue to say, and I said it today in the video as well, I think I can be wrong. I really think that Antonio Conte could be on the bench of Juve at the Club World Cup. I think. Pay attention, monitor next week. Next week is a huge one. Next week is a huge one. Pepe, do you think there is a really chance that Gyokeres will join Juve? Unfortunately, I don't think so. I think that we are late on Gyokeres. By the way, it's not Gyokeres. I heard today it's Gyokeres. Gyokeres. Is there a Swedish Juventus fan here in the chat that can confirm that it's Gyokeres? Tell me, yes or no, it's Gyokeres. 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 No, I don't think that it's about money, Cliff. I don't think it's about money because Juventus would be ready to spend 85 million euro for Osimhen. So I think that Juventus could go and spend that money on him. Then if it's a smart one or not a smart one, that's another discussion. But I think that Juventus could potentially afford to put money on that. I think that we have the money to spend. So tell me, guys, because I was always saying Gyokere. I was saying Gyo. Gyo. Is that right? Because people are telling me, Beppe, it's a Hungarian name. It's not Swedish. So is it Gyo to start with? Yeah, indeed. So we need to ask for the Hungarians. Ah, it's like Goethe. Gyokeres. Is it Gyokeres? Am I right? How close I am? Gyokeres. Ah, Gyokeres. Gyokeres. I know, you're saying. Send me wait. Can we go on YouTube and listen to that? Let's go. Thank you, Saraz. Wait. How to pronounce there. Listen.
Find the right voice.
You are looking at Julian's pronunciation guide, where we look at how to pronounce better some of the most mispronounced words in the world, like this other curious word. But how do you say what you're looking for today? How do you pronounce the name of this Swedish footballer? For more names from football, make sure to stay tuned to learn more of those names that too many everybody gets wrong. So in Swedish, it's pronounced as Victor Gyokeres.
Gyokeres.
Victor Gyokeres. So in English, you can say it as Victor Gyokeres. Gyokeres.
I don't need to hear the English pronunciation.
Victor Gyokeres. And now you know. Here are more videos on how to pronounce.
What do you mean? And now you know.
Victor Gyokeres.
Gyokeres. No idea. Oh. Victor Gyokeres. Gyokeres. You know what? If there is a Hungarian fan that wants to send me a private message on Instagram, GJustjuve, with a vocal, how it's really pronounced, you will save my life. Because this guy, I don't trust him. So please send me a message to Instagram, a vocal. It's the J like Galliani. So Gyokeres. Gyokeres. But now you are really confusing me. Now you are confusing me. Anyway, let's go towards other topics because everyone is giving me another pronunciation. Okay, topics. Today, Jean-Luc Demars. Jean-Luc Demars. He went with a tweet. Sky. Gianluca Di Marzio. Juventus is accelerating for Jonathan David. The trust of the Bianconeri is increasing. Here is the full situation. According to what Sky was reporting today, in the last few hours, there is an acceleration, a big acceleration from Juventus regarding Jonathan David. The Canadian striker will leave Lille on a 0. The class 2000, because he's born in 2000, from the 1st of July, could go wherever he wants, which is wrong. Because he could actually sign with whatever club he wants already today, but he cannot join them today. He can only join them from the 1st of July because the contract with Lille is until the 30th of June. Then if you want to have the player a bit before, you need to negotiate with Lille so that they let him go earlier, stop the contract, whatever. I'm not sure if they say yes or no. But the player can already sign and announce today. He can already do it since the 1st of February. Anyway, mistake here from Il Bianconero. The club, Juventus, actually made it public. There is a big competition, but apparently now the club would be in pole position, so Juventus is in pole position, and would be open and available to satisfy the economical request of the striker and his entourage. Also, Napoli is strong on the player, but looks like Juventus is now really decided to go and win the competition with the player. So Jonathan David could be the first signing of Juventus Football Club. Yes, it's a 0, but you know that the request of the entourage, if I'm not wrong, are 10 million euro bonus to the signature. Then you have, if I'm not wrong, a 6 million euro salary for a Canadian player. So you still spend money, yeah? That's 12 million euro gross that you're spending on the player, but that could be the first one. While we were all giving up on Jonathan David, because we were thinking that other clubs were there, that Juventus gave up, looks like Juventus is going there. What is Alfredo Pedullà saying about the situation? Because he tweeted as well, he was not happy that that Di Marzio went out with the news, so he also wanted to answer, and he said... He said, for Jonathan David, the one that pays the commission to his agent on top of the salary is winning the deal. Wait, because it's not really clear. Here. David, Juventus will meet the agents next week. Napoli was extremely close, but they didn't close the deal, even if they made the highest offer. Priority of Juve remains Osimhen, but Juventus, they must do 2 signings of strikers. And David is on the agenda of the Bianconeri since ever. Guy, I always told you that I don't really believe that Juventus can go for Osimhen, or that they will go for Osimhen, because it's really expensive, it's tough. I don't believe that De Laurentiis would accept to let Conte and Osimhen to Juve. He wants to create that legacy or that continuity, what he couldn't do after Spalletti. He wants to do it now. So it would be really strange. Is Jonathan David the first name that we need to go for? Is that a player that we cannot miss on a free signing with some commission that could be 10 million euro? Is that the player that we need to go for? I don't know if after Jonathan David, Juventus will have the power to go for Gyokeres, or how you want to pronounce it, or Osimhen. So the question that I saw earlier, someone was asking, Beppe, can you make a poll? I will make the poll. So, who would you sign? Be realistic, guys. Huh? Or Jonathan David, commission, so agent 10 million plus 7 million salary. 1, 2. Osimhen 85 million to Napoli. No, we know that it's to Napoli. Plus 10 million salary. Or the third option, I can write it at least. Gyokeres for, I think it's as well, 80 million euro. Plus, let's say, I think as well it will be something like 7 million euro salary. I think. 3, 2, 1. Let's go with a poll. Knowing that you also need a second striker, but I don't believe that you will have 2 of these 3. It will be 1 of these 3 plus someone else, like a Kristovic, like what's the name there, Lorenzo Lucca, like a Pinamonti, just to throw there are some names, but I don't believe. But I have made videos so far for Gyokeres, Šeško, David, and Osimhen. Jonathan David goals have surprised me. Look, I have always been cautious with Jonathan David. I knew that he was a good striker, but I didn't really believe that he could level up. This season he surprised me. This season he surprised me because he had an excellent season, not only in Ligue 1, but also in Champions League, also with Canada, where I saw something where I said, okay, this year he had continuity, which is super important, scored in different ways, scored against big clubs as well. This has been, I believe, the season where Jonathan David convinced me that it's a player that is not bad at all, that he has something and that he can even improve. Even if I prefer, honestly, Gyokeres or Osimhen, that I think that are still a level higher than him. But this season, he convinced me that I was maybe probably too harsh on him and I didn't give him enough time. Remco is saying, yes, yeah, it's true. But I'm saying 80. Why? Because you will have competition. You will have the competition of Arsenal. You have the competition of this team. So if you want, you will probably need to fight with other clubs to have him. So that's why I'm prudent if I'm saying 80 million euro, guys. So you are voting, huh? I see that it's actually a really balanced vote. And you know what we say, huh? When we see balanced votes, the good one. Lookman. David and Lookman is bigger than Osimhen or Gyokeres. But Lookman is playing in a different role. My fear with Lookman is you take Lookman, you sell Kenan Yildiz. That's my big fear. Because they're playing basically the same position. It's true that you can move Yildiz a bit more to the right side of the field where you already played. It's true. It's true that you need competition. Why not? But it's a period that it's tough. It's really tough. I would be extremely scared if you take me Lookman and you sell Yildiz. Lookman is great. Lookman is a great player. He's a good player. And he will leave Atalanta for 99%. He has a lot of offers from abroad. Juventus is there. Juventus is extremely interested in the player. I'm not sure if we will be able to go for a player like that because Atalanta will ask you crazy money. So you cannot go for Retegui, for Lookman, for Osimhen. Oh, guys, I believe that this Juve, they will go for 3 beautiful names on the Mercato to level up the team immediately with a bit of maturity, with a bit of experience. But you cannot go end for Osimhen and for Lookman, 2 players that you know that December, January, they will totally miss Serie A because indeed, like it is writing, there is the AFCON. So you need to pay attention. And don't forget, Osimhen, because he was at Napoli still, and he's still owned by Napoli, but also Lookman is from Italy, you can still transfer them. So without thinking about extra European slot, but you always need to pay attention with that European slot because we have 1 extra European slot available. If you let 1 go, you have 2 slots. So pay attention also what you are doing, even if it's absolutely not a problem for Lookman, and it should not be a problem for Osimhen, but I need to check that because I don't know how long. I think it's 11 months maximum that he can be abroad if he comes from Italy, otherwise he doesn't count anymore. Jimbo! Grande Jimbo, thank you for the donation, my friend. We need a striker. He's not afraid of bullying defenders. Well, I don't know if there is such a striker beside Osimhen. I think that Gyokeres could be a player like that. Of course, he showed it only in Portugal. So some people will say, it's maybe not enough. But that could be a possibility. Osimhen, we know it. We know him really well. Is a player that we can say that is indeed scaring. Pay attention. I try to fit it in. Wait. That's annoying. Wait. I don't like when we have this kind of Eccolo. Better. Much better. Let's see. Can I close the vote? Let's wait. We have 126 votes. Let's try to reach 150, and when we have 150, then we can close the vote at least. Paolo, grandissimo Paolo, thank you for the donation, my friend. Conte will chat different and crazy. Gyokeres, please. Conte will chat different and crazy. What do you mean with that? Gyokeres, I understood, but Conte will chat different and crazy. I don't understand it, Paolo. I don't get it. I try to think, but I don't get the message. Pedro. His opinion. But his opinion about what? Paolo. I don't get it. The opinion about what? Conte will have a wild view of what we are discussing. Yeah. Now I get it. Of course. We'll have a wide view. But I'm not sure that he's watching today's live. He's still celebrating today. And then we'll see what he will say, what he will do. Rodrigo! We need a bit name. Nah. Rodrigo will not come to Juve. They're speaking about, I think, 80 million requests from Real Madrid. And he could go to Premier League. No. Forget about Rodrigo. That's a name that, is beautiful, but I don't think that's a name that can come potentially to Juve. No, and also I never heard anything about that interest. Never. No. So And on top, like Proj, I think that's not a striker. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think so. Saler, 10 titles in a row. They can't even win 2. Calma, because there is still the 31st of May. I'm extremely scared about that date. You know that, huh? According to me, they will win the Champions League, and you know that, huh? I say it since ever. So, and then it means 2 in a row, because last year they won the Scudetto. This year they could win the Champions League. With 2 Champions League, of course, that they won in the years 60s that nobody remembers, but anyway. So, that could be 2. Just telling you, wait, I need to read also the message of Giuseppe Napodano. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Beppe, what you said about 80 minutes for Gyokeres is wrong. It's a release clause. Why would we offer more money than release clause? We offer more salary then. The 80 million, what I said, is because I'm speaking about competition, okay? So, of course, if there is a release clause at the 65, 70, I don't know what is the release, if there is, because the release clause that I heard yesterday was 100 million euro. It could be that I missed an episode and that release clause has been lowered towards 60, 65, I don't know. Then in that case, of course, I'm wrong. Then you take Gyokeres for 65 million euro. Only if you are able to go for the player, and if he agrees to go to you, that he has chosen you, and that you are able to give a salary that he agrees on, because then it will be a battle of the salary for the player. Then you pay the clause and he's gone. Yeah, of course, if there is a clause that is lower, but I don't know what is the clause at today of him. I heard 100 million, I heard yesterday. Then if it changed in the meanwhile, Fabrizio Romano said that Gyokeres and Sporting have handshake deal where he goes if a club offers 60-65 mil. But attenzione, that's not a clause. So if I'm reading the words that you're writing here down, that's totally different. So 60-65 million euro, okay, 60-65 million euro is actually an agreement, a verbal agreement. But if you have, let's say, Manchester United, Arsenal, Juve, and the player says, well, you know what? I don't care. I like Juve in Serie A. I like Arsenal. Why not going back to Amorim? Then they need to fight. And then they need to pay. Because apparently it's not a written clause. That makes the world of difference. Huh? The world of difference. So pay attention to that. Remco, Fabrizio said Gyokeres and Sporting. Yeah, that's what I was reading. So did the Fabrizio said congratulations to Napoli? I'm not sure if he said it or not. Did you check? Because I know that you check everything. Did he say congratulations to Napoli, Fabrizio Romano? Let's check. I need to check because I know that he was extremely active as soon as as Napoli was winning the Scudetto. He was extremely active on Florian Wirtz. He tweeted like he's live. Here Antonio Conte wins the 5th Serie A title with 3. Juventus the 6th league with Chelsea. Bravo. Napoli are Serie A champions. The Italian team, insane job. I still don't see the congratulation. Liverpool, Anthony, exclusive Jonathan Tah, McTominay signing of the year, exclusive Wirtz. I don't see a congratulation. I see reports. Here it's too late. Who said that? You're crazy, guys. Guys, you know the life of everything, but then you don't know the... Fabrizio is the biggest Inter fan on earth, guys. Fabrizio is the biggest fan on earth. He's an Interista, like I am a Juventino, guys. But this is something that we already know since years. But recently, they spotted him, and now it's public. So now it's public, but, guys... Now, what are you talking about? You're crazy. He's not a Napoli fan. He's a big Inter fan. Didn't see the video of him jumping in the air, celebrating the goal of Inter last week against Lazio before they equalized. Of course, I always knew that. But now it's confirmed because I didn't want to be the one that was revealing it. I think I said it to a few friends, but that were asking, but I never really. Yeah, of course, big Inter fan, huge big Inter fan. No, it's not for Napoli. Yeah, no. Big Inter fan. Yeah, that's what he said. That's why it's funny. That's why it's really funny. Because in an interview a few years ago, there was the question, who are you supporting? What's your team? You know, he said, oh, it's really crazy, but my team is Watford because when I was a kid, I was playing with them at FIFA and what is the other game there? Pro Evolution. And what's the name of the game? Football Manager. He said, Watford. Die. And the people, they believe that. That's really funny. People, they are. You tell them lies, and they believe. Die. Anyway, that's not the topic of the today. Francisco, I read everyone. Yeah. Francisco, thank you, Mapanita. I know I said yesterday Retegui, but Gyokeres, I love it. Look, Retegui, there is still a Juve that is on him. Look, I tell you, Retegui and Jonathan David could be something affordable because I don't think that Retegui in terms of salary will reach the same as Osimhen, even Gyokeres for the demands that he will have. But you will need to spend 50 million euro easy to Atalanta for a player like him. Then if you are able to reduce a bit what you are spending and you go for Jonathan David, Retegui would be two big players. And then you can play with two strikers, because that's one of the problems that we have today. We are only thinking about one striker and one that is sitting on the bench. But who is obliging you to play with one striker? You can play with two strikers, huh? No? We can play with two strikers. So I'm trying to find even more messages, tweets, and things like that to have a bit more news. Of what we didn't report. Let's see. I will close the vote now. So the vote says, the results are saying, Osimhen finished on the last spot on the podium with 24% Osimhen, 37% actually Gyokeres, but also 37% Jonathan David. So probably with the numbers after the virgula, after the comma, Jonathan David finished first. But yearly, it was a big fight between Gyokeres and Jonathan David. Big fight there. Jimbo, thank you, my friend. I feel Conte hates seeing Juve in this position, so I am sure he will find a way to come back home. There is no way he can coexist with De Laurentiis. Pay attention, attenzione. I will come back on your message, Jimbo, in a second, but first of all, we have a pay attention. I cannot find it immediately, but I will read it from here, assuming it's correct. You know that I never trust when I don't see it myself. I was trying to find it. But Di Marzio post Napoli Cagliari. Juventus insist or will insist for Osimhen. And Juventus. In Juventus is Dusan Vlahovic that is really appreciated by Manna and Allegri. What is this tweet? Guys, what is this one? So I don't know if it's right or wrong, or if it's a fake tweet or not, but I can tell you that if there is one that do not like Dusan Vlahovic, it's Max Allegri. I don't think, seriously, I don't believe that Max Allegri would ask Dusan Vlahovic to Napoli. Attenzione, no. So first of all, I don't find the tweet. Could be that it exists. I don't want to doubt our friend Mariano, but Max Allegri enjoying Dusan Vlahovic, I don't know. And I will tell you even more. I don't think that Vlahovic will go back to Max Allegri. No. Yeah, but I'm not the coach, Sahi. I'm not the coach. No, you will see that Vlahovic, but I can already tell you here, Vlahovic in another team will do well. Will do really well. I am convinced about it. Convinced. But I will not regret. Guys. At Juve didn't do well. Like Moise Kean, I don't regret. So no, I will not regret. Even if he can score 53 goals like Gyokeres, I will not regret. I will be sad that he was not able to show it at Juve, but it is what it is. Senza te non andremo lontano. La maschera, Francesco, che grande. What a guy. I was happy. I was honored to meet face to face my friend Francesco in the J Hotel before the game, and the father of Francesco as well, and then post game in the J Hotel taking the picture together. We talked a bit. Antonio Conte, il nostro capitano. Hey, he wants Antonio Conte. By the way, look, I was putting here a few tweets in my bookmarks, and one of the tweets that I have put in my bookmarks is the video of Francesco, that then, of course, I couldn't show here on the picture, but when he was saying, se poi, after the echo of another team is asking or is calling Antonio Conte, I cannot oblige him to stay. But, yeah. I think that today, guys, people that watched Antonio Conte jumping in the air, lifting that trophy in the air, you want Antonio Conte back. Tell me, guys, Antonio Conte, after today, your feeling, even if you were not happy that he left, you want him at Juve, yes or no? Io ti dirò di più, Francesco. Io penso che se si farà con Antonio, io lo vedo già in America con noi. Dimmi te, sì o no, io lo vedo già in America con noi. I confirm what I'm saying since weeks, that I believe that if it will be Conte, don't forget about that. If it will be Conte, I see Conte in the USA together with us already. People are saying, Conte, yes, we need Mr. Conte. Conte is a yes for Michael. If we can get him quickly, yes. He's the best available option for Salvatore. He's out of Napoli, guaranteed. That's something that I already told you. Agresti said it after me, because if you were here yesterday, you know what I said, and you know what I said the previous days as well. But yeah, Agresti said that he thinks, not that it's a confirm, but he thinks. Jeff with the Knicks. I wanted Conte to come for 3 years now. Conte is full package that you need to take. Conte, money. Igor is saying no, but it's the best option. I think as well that it's the best option, guys. The best option to shake up this Juventus, to go with a message. Conte is a message. Look, you take Conte, I will not be here promising you that we will win the Scudetto, that we will win the Champions League, that we will win whatever trophy. But Conte is a message. You take Conte, you send a message. You send a message, it's over with the narrative minimum top 4. Conte doesn't come for minimum top 4. He can arrive 4th, he can arrive 5th, he can arrive 7th, he can arrive 3rd, he gets 2nd, but that's not the intention of Conte coming here. He will tell you, don't forget that this team didn't win Serie A since 5 seasons. Don't forget that this team won, how much? 1, 2, 3. 3 trophies in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. He will tell you so many things. He will tell you, don't forget that Juventus, they had so much points of gap that had difficulties to qualify to Champions League. He will tell you all of that. So don't expect, if we are competing for the Scudetto right now, it's a miracle. We know the press conferences of Antonio Conte. We know them, okay? So let's not lie. But, if Antonio Conte comes to Juve, it's a message that you send to the team, to the teams, so to your own team, to your teams, to the supporters, to the management, to the players, to everyone that is working at Juve that, it's over, huh? We need to go for the maximum that we can go for. And if it happens, it happens. It doesn't happen, but we need to go for. Leo is saying, I have an inside source that tells me that if Inzaghi gets sacked, Inter first option will be Thiago Motta. Leo, I don't know who's your inside source. I heard that Milan could potentially go for Thiago Motta. Then if you have inside sources... But you know, inside sources, you need always to double check, or at least to tell us, where is that inside source coming from? Is it coming from Inter side? Is it coming from Thiago Motta entourage side? Is it coming from Juve, because he's still under contract with Juve? So, you know, you need to understand from where it's coming, that source. Not that you need to never reveal source, but you need to tell us from where, because the narrative can change. I don't know if they would take Thiago Motta. Maybe. Could be. I don't think it's the best option, Thiago Motta at Inter, honestly. Because after, how long now? 5-6 years that they are playing with a 3-man defense. They have a double team on paper playing with a 3-man defense. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good... Anyway, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care where he goes. As long as he goes somewhere, because that means that we are saving a bit of money. No? Andy Golding is telling us buon 23 maggio a tutti. Happy 23rd of May to all of the Juventini. Who can tell us what he is referring to when he's saying happy 23rd of May to everyone? And then I have a breaking news about Fagioli. Andy, tell us. Tell the people in the chat what you are referring to. Tell the people in the chat. I give you the honor to tell you. All jokes aside, according to Tuttosport, Fiorentina have decided to send Fagioli back to Juve, not redeeming. Well, that's the beautiful assets that I wanted to speak about. I'm just waiting for Andy to tell the chat what he was referring to. Guys, he's saying happy 23rd of May, so... 23rd of May. By the way, In UK, it's not even 23rd of May. It's over. 23rd of May now. It's 24th of May. Bravo. Hosemi found it. 5 maggio. 2 plus 3 maggio. 23rd of May. Guys. The news I heard about Niccolò Fagioli is that and that was a shocking one to hear today. You know who's the one that doesn't want to keep him at Fiorentina? Shock. I was shocked when I heard that today. It is Usemi saying commisso, Moise Kean, but Moise Kean has nothing to say about the mercato, I think so. No, it is Palladino. Shocking, eh? He wanted him at Fiorentina. He called him, he hugged him. It's thanks to Palladino that actually he didn't go abroad and that he went and stayed in Italy and went to Fiorentina. So there is still a chance for Fagioli to stay at Fiorentina, but without Palladino. Without Palladino, there are chances for Fagioli to stay. If Palladino stays, he will go back. Yeah. Because Palladino, he thinks that with the money they can reinforce other roles. There are some midfielders that he believes more in. So we don't need. Crazy, yeah? Crazy. I was shocked, but that's true. That's true. So Fagioli will go back to Juve because they should continue with Palladino. But in the next days, because they need to go fast, they need to go fast because then it's too late. If in the next day they take a crazy decision to stop with Palladino, there is still a chance for Fagioli to stay because Commisso is not stupid. Commisso says, if we have Fagioli, if we can let him play next season and we want to sell him, we cash in. That's a player that from, how much was it, 16 million euro, a package of 18, 90 million euro in total with the loans that are already paid. We can resell easily for 40 million euro, 45 million euro in 1 or 2 years if we give him playing time. So Commisso is not stupid. But of course, if they keep Palladino that prefers other player before him, then it makes no sense because then the value of the player will go lower and then it's an investment that it's better not to do. But actually, it's really great today. I was surprised when I heard the news. Look, I didn't follow anymore the news about Moise Kean, where he could go or not. I know that because they don't qualify to any European competition, Fiorentina, I don't know if they still can or not, but let's see. I'm not sure. But if they don't qualify, I know that they will have a lot of problems because they invested a lot on the mercato and that Moise Kean could be the first one to leave. A few months ago, I said Arsenal could potentially go on Moise Kean. But I don't know if it happened. I don't know if it's something new that you heard or something that you tell me. I didn't follow. So I don't know where Moise Kean. I have already a lot on my plate about the Juve players. So imagine if we look at the other team's transfer mercato session. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. What I can tell is that I have that sudden passion for the under-17 European Championship. I don't know if you follow or not. Euro under 17, where we have 2 group stages, 4 teams in Group A, 4 teams in Group B. Congratulations to Italy because they won against Czechia. They won against England today, 4-2. So they already qualified to the next stage. They still have a 3rd game against Belgium to be played in the next few days to understand who will be the first in the group because Belgium, they have 4 points, Italy have 6 points, which means that we are fighting for the first spot. under 17. Then depends what the other two are doing. I know that in the other group there is Portugal. Who else is there? Boo? I don't remember who are the other team. But I really like. And today again I watched the second game of Belgium. By the way, congratulations to Wout Hielen. That is the center back of the under 17 of Juventus. So it's our player. Wout Hielen, really good. I heard beautiful things from him, from Wout Hielen. But yeah, today he scored a goal. It was a tap in. It not a fantastic goal, guys. 16 years old, born in 2008. Plays in the next gen of Anderlecht that are playing in the second division in Belgium, because next gen teams that are playing in the second division, not the third one in Belgium. What a player. Midfielder, already physique, intelligence, skills, technique. Blah, 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 blah. What a player. Take the shot from the distance. I really love that player. Natan the Cat. Yeah, made in Neerpede. He went in the school of my son. He was in the same school as my son. They have the same age, so they know each other. And my son was always telling me, there is a good... Because where my son is going at school, it's a school where nearly all the players from Anderlecht youth sector, they go into that school. And they have like partial courses, like studying in the morning, and then they go for training session. So my son knows a lot of these young players that then go and do some career. Lukaku went not long. He went a bit to that school, and then he went to Sint-Guido. So Lukaku went a bit back then, and then he went to Sint-Guido. No, my son, he knows a lot. He's one of his best friends. One of his good friends from school is the goalkeeper that now signed pro with Anderlecht as well, Matisse, but he's not playing with the under 17. But Natan the Cat is really good, really good. Hopefully mentally, because that makes a difference. Mentally, he can keep up. But he's a really good player. And today I started speaking, with I know an international scout, that I will not reveal the name. I know a really good, an Italian one, international scout. He's there in Albania at the moment, also watching the tournaments. I sent him a message. I said, that's a player. He said, yeah, watch the game. We already know him. Also because it's a player that already made his debut with the first team of Anderlecht. He went 4 times on the bench in Serie A of Belgium, Jupiler League. Twice he went on the bench for Coppa from Belgium, Cracky Cup, and he played 8 minutes in Europa League with Anderlecht. He's 16, guys. He's 16. Marcello, look, Marcello, he went to the same school as my son, Saint Nicolas. You see? So I don't know if he played the playoffs. I know that he played Europa League 8 minutes. He entered in the last 8 minutes. Good, really good, really good. Season is over. Season is over for the. But I stop, guys. I stop. Season is over. The culture of football in Belgium is beautiful. They have a really beautiful youth academy. Genk, Anderlecht, Bruges. They have really good infrastructure. They're really advanced in that. I think that next year I could go a bit more to the second division of Belgium, because you have 3-4 teams of the next gens that are playing in the second division. So it could be that I go and watch a bit of games, because of course if you are watching the third division, people already know them. It's easy, you can watch them on television and so on. So if I can, I think that I will do that, to already scout the players, even if I'm not a scout. So it will just be for passion, out of passion. I think I will repeat it, guys. I know that I receive a lot of hate for that. I know, I understand, but I think the best solution for Fagioli would be go abroad. Go abroad. Go abroad for 2-3 years before you come back. Wait, message. The pizza, guys, it's quarter to 2. No pizza. By the way, no, I will not tell you. Some things you can tell, some things you cannot tell. That's life. That's life, guys. Look, no, if, at the end, it's not that tough. If you are really honest. If you are really honest, it's not that tough. Priority Juventus, always. The benefit of Juve before. The benefit of Juve is before. I know it will hurt, it will not be... But it's already written that they will win the Champions League, yeah? So no. No. Benefit of Juve before. Hurt, huh? With pain in the... Guys, talk with Marco. Talk with Marco. Guys, I'm not... otherwise, I will need a bit of money. If every time that Marco is speaking, you come back to me, you tell me, Beppe, he said that. Can you tell him this? Can you tell him that? Give me money at least. If you give me a bit of money, I can speak with him. Otherwise, I don't do for free. Wait, I need to come back on Jimbo. I feel Conte hates Juve. Seeing Juve in that position, and he cannot coexist with De Laurentiis. I think it has been a real difficult year for De Laurentiis and Antonio Conte. It's incompatible. Even if he knows, De Laurentiis, that he wants to... he knows that Antonio Conte is there as a winner. Let's see what will happen. Nuradin saying, Beppe, can you make your daily videos a bit longer, like 30 minutes? No, it would make no sense at all to go with 30 minutes because it takes too much time. I prefer to go with 2 videos. What I would love to do, my schedule, Italian time always, would be the first video at 11:45 a.m., if not 12 p.m. That would be the ideal. A second video at 6 p.m. Italian time. And then a live that starts towards 10:30 p.m. That would be the ideal schedule that I want to target now, also in the summer. Ragazzi, I think it's over with the live. We stayed 1 hour 40 is good. Also, that's another point. trying to not go for 3 hours live, because then people are watching in replay. It's too long. They don't watch the morning videos. So 1 hour 30, 1 hour 40 would be beautiful. Ok? Ragazzi miei, my friends, thank you. Again, congratulations to Napoli. Bad luck for Inter. Again, if I can say, I think that it's Inter that threw it away. The Scudetto. Now, tomorrow, there is a press conference of Igor Tudor, 8:45. Let's see, it will be the last one in Serie A this season. Let's see if some players will recuperate. Pay attention also to Renato Vega. From tomorrow, we think only about Venezia Juve until Sunday, 11 p.m. Then we will know if we are Conference League, Europa League, Champions League. And from Monday, we think first about management change, coach change, mercato, Club World Cup, in that order. Management change, coach change, mercato, Club World Cup. So, I repeat, Venezia Juve until Sunday 11 p.m. Management, coach, mercato, Club World Cup. Ciao a tutti, grazie, forza Juve. Ciao, ciao a tutti.